Like, no.
So it looks like our internet connection dropped there. So we're back.
We're back
live now.
and I'm going to pick up at Layla Street, the Layla Street closure. We're closing a street that has no houses on it, but it's in the road bed is really in bad shape, but we're turning it into a part of our trail system. So it will be done. The Kane Street reconstruction, we talked about how much money we've saved by getting out early on the bidding process on the Kane, Scott, Curtis Street reconstruction. Budgeted $5 million, coming in at 4.1, so about $1 million worth of less than budget savings, and we can use that. And we're doing some major work on Curtis, Scott, and Kane Street, not just surface, but all pipes underneath and all of the what we call complete streets.
Now, there was a tender for an art bid on that roundabout as well. Has that come through?
Yeah, my understanding it's there, and I think if you watch for next Monday night, there's a couple more art bids on roundabout at Ron McNeil and at South Edgeware and Highbury.
So Jess and I were just driving down in the south part of the city. We're going around roundabouts, and there's no artwork in the middle, and we feel like, there's really something missing here.
The Centennial and Elm one, there's no artwork. It was a
that's
County
a
of Elgin.
This was in the around the Lake Margaret.
There's
area.
Yes,
there's a bunch of ones in there. Yeah,
there's one there.
And we're going around. We're like, it feels empty.
You should, because you've got all the spare time. Yeah. You should join the community art group that helps pick these things.
Jess would end me, I think.
Well,
if I took
maybe Jess should join. Yeah. And then you could stay home while Jess went to meetings about art in roundabouts.
Absolutely.
The Meehan and Dieppe Drive reconstruction tender award is also in, also less than we thought it would be, but I can't give you the total on that. But we're sitting in council chambers right now, and going on in 304 right behind us is the first public meeting of the people who live on Meehan and Dieppe. And they're being told how the construction will go, who to call when their driveway's blocked off, or when they lose something really deep into the hole.
Right? Yeah, well, hopefully not.
No. The another request last night at council, Kinsmen, who do great work for us and do the Canada Day fireworks, and they sell a lot of fireworks also, asked for some permissions for where to leave their trailer and waiving of license fees for some of the work they do there. And we're happy to do it every year because they do a great job for us. World Autism Day is April 2nd, and there'll be a flag raising, a jumbo coloring, and proclamation.
Wonderful.
Right? Lots of other stuff here. The Ontario Minister of Transportation notice of study completion for the Highway 4 widening and the Talbotville bypass came to us last night. So they have now pretty much decided their route and how it will work. And also a new one started, the Hydro One, notice of commencement and community open house on the new power line system coming from London out to St. Thomas. That's most of the big stuff that happened at council last night.
And that's pretty huge.
It's a lot of stuff, because this is the time of year where we got our budget finished in December. We start putting the RFPs together for the largest construction projects that were accepted as part of our budget, and then start to get the bids back in. Wow. We're pretty pleased when they come in, especially in a time of inflation. They come back in better than we thought they were going to.
And in terms of community building and forward thinking, on the last Beehive, Mike went over the building on the site until 2027. So if you check out last week's Beehive episode, you can see the building on the PowerCo Volkswagen site all the way
through the first battery starts to come off the line out there. So that's pretty significant. We're sitting in the early parts of 2024, and that's how well planned this thing is. And how tight that plan is. I mean, I think there's a few guys on our side that go, well, can we have just another day or two on? Right? No, absolutely right. It's critical. It's a big, Volkswagen will be at a point in its electric vehicle building where these batteries will now start to be needed in a big way and be being shipped out of the St. Thomas plant. So you're right. It seems so close, right, to have all that work done. But
it's incredible.
Our team at EDC, at the industrial development team, and from the departments here at City Hall, never let us down yet. They've got 4 years of keeping this same pace going and making it happen.
And a shout out to our EDC team who are in Toronto right now.
Yes, at EDCO, a
Yeah.
week-long, EDCO is the Economic Development Corporation of Ontario, or groups for Ontario. Sean Dyke has been the past president of that, our economic development guru, who's been just a big thing during all of the work we've been doing on this.
Isn't he the president now?
I think it changes at this week-long meeting.
Okay, so it changes now. Okay.
He is till the gala on Thursday night, I think. So, way to go, Sean. You've been doing a lot of work for the good of all of Ontario, and certainly your colleagues know it. They share it with us a lot too. So, thank you for all you've been doing. And I got a chance to talk to him today, but he had just got to Toronto at the time, so I said I'll keep it short.
Yep. And speaking of getting together and meetings, you've got to meet with the chamber and the other mayors in the region as well. When is that coming up?
February 15th at lunchtime.
And it's sold out. It's
a
sold out event.
Oh yes, it's standing room only, and there'll be extra money made by the chamber handing out like overripe fruit and buns and stuff, so you can throw them at the mayors. No, I'm really looking forward to. We tease each other a lot here, but Grant Jones, the mayor of Southwold, and Andrew Sloan, the mayor of Central Elgin, and I do get along, and we do work together on as much stuff as we can. But we each have our own mayoralty things that we have to take care of. The city of St. Thomas has been just absolutely booming, and now with the change and looking for a new city manager, I've got a lot to do. But they each have their own trials and struggles and budgets and stuff that they have to work on too. So it's great to hear some of what they're looking back on the previous year looks like. I know that when we had the mayor's event last year in February, we hadn't made the Volkswagen announcement yet. I mean, there was lots of talk about us purchasing land and what we're doing, and some of the questions I certainly couldn't answer, right? But perfect. Right.
That'll be another great event. And Brett Longfield is saying, what was referred to the Municipal Heritage Committee at yesterday's City Council meeting?
But just about everything's referred to the Heritage Committee. But there was a piece about 225 Wellington, the railway lands in front of the Railway Museum. And there was a piece there as to where is something on this on what side. So it goes to the Heritage Committee to take a hard look at it. I mean, that's, I guess, as specific as I can be. The whole of the lands, we want to do a secondary downtown plan for it, right? But I think the concrete ramp out in front of the is, whether it's a heritage designated thing or is it in part of the railway building, or is it out into the lot where Mr. Terry's looking at doing some other work? We'll let the right committees look at it. I think that's what it was, Brett. That what was sent on, and I can't think of what else might have been. So a lot of Committee of Adjustment stuff this week. We don't tend to look at that till it comes back from the Committee of Adjustment. So.
And previously, there was a lot of talk about whether or not the trains would be able to have cars go in and out of the museum, but I think that was settled, that they will have a way in.
Yeah, look, under all the designs I've seen, and I think the members of the Railway Museum have now all seen all of this, there'll be a track put back in front of CASO. The track will run to the transfer station in the back of the Railway Museum, and that would give access for everything there. Some conversation that the largest locomotive doesn't fit on that transfer station, and of course cranes can be used when they're needed, right? So that would be another way to move some of the great work that the Railway Museum does on cars back and forth.
All right. So another thing we had come in to talk about was the St. Thomas Music Festival, which was founded in 1952, way back in the day, by the St. Thomas Rotary Club.
Right.
And it's got its 70th production this year, and it's coming up on February 26th. So follow their page and find out more information about what's happening if you're not aware of it.
Well, and look, I don't know. There's many adults I know who took part in the Rotary Music Festival through their youth, through high school, and it's always been a fun time. I know I think my daughter played flute at the time, and so that was part of. It wasn't in St. Thomas, but the Rotary Music Festival has been a huge piece for us and a
Mhm.
great thing to go watch.
It's absolutely fantastic
Right.
event. And if you go on YouTube, I created a channel for them years ago, and you can watch some of the past performances on there.
Well, let's go check the early work of established media.
Yeah. It was Lang Studios.
It was
back
Lang
then,
Studios
before
then. It goes back into the black and white days.
Oh, the
Yeah.
black and whites,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, first of all, congratulations and thanks to the Rotary Club who has done this continuously for a lifetime or two
So that would be
generations.
69 years.
Yeah, at least a couple of generations here that the Rotary Music Festival has done this, and also how many kids
Mhm.
at the time, children have grown up with music that wouldn't otherwise without the Rotary. So
Pardon me.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the website for that is www.stthomasmusicfestival.ca.
Right. Visit it and make sure you and some of these things happen in different locations around our community too.
Mhm.
Go visit, go see some of the great music skills that we have in our community. And thank you again to the Rotary Club for all the time and effort you put in on this project.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's incredible event, huge amount of time and effort put in, and a lot of talent from St. Thomas has performed there and then gone on to do other amazing things with their musical careers.
Yes, agreed. What else have we got going on? Market, of course,
Yep.
Saturdays.
Well, let's give a shout out to the St. Thomas Police Service for their polar plunge. We were able to be there.
No, we were busy doing Mayor's
Mayor's
Update,
Update.
so we couldn't be there to
jump
plunge.
in that icy water.
I will say that I did a polar plunge on New Year's Day.
Yeah, in Cancun.
Yeah, I was in Cancun, but it's the only water available, so I plunged.
Oh, you did your part.
Yeah, and so I can't see doing twice in the same year.
No, that's excessive.
Well, that's what I think.
Yeah, it's all about moderation.
It is, and you don't want to wear out your polar plunging. But I do want to thank all the police officers and the funds they raised for Special Olympics at Polar Plunge. Nobody can tell you that our police officers are all wet or that they're cold. No, they were cold. Yes.
And wet.
Well, and wet. So great for you, great fundraiser, and thank you for what you do in our community besides keep us safe on the streets also.
Absolutely. And then events like the art gallery is still going on.
Yes.
They've got amazing exhibits. It's one of those things where they do such a good job.
Yeah, we tend not to talk about them.
Yeah.
And it's the second week of maybe we did talk about them, but that doesn't make it it makes it a great place to go visit. If you haven't gone yet, get down there, right?
Absolutely.
There's lots of great things going on in our community.
Horton Market's incredible if you've got time to go.
Yep.
And there are other things happening too. So if you're watching right now, shout
And
out
you've
in the
got some
comments.
stuff. I'm not getting enough comments. I mean, today I had to answer a few comments on Facebook about the Kane Street project and stuff, and I reminded people, hey, I do Mayor's Update every Tuesday at 6:30, hands down.
Global flavors.
Yes.
That's what I wanted
that's
to
another
remember.
good one because it's food related. I want to hear more about it.
And Railway City Tourism is running a Goose
Right.
Chase app again, so you can
Right.
go to the different places and win prizes
Right.
after going to them. So Jess and I have gone to Sheba's
Yes.
shawarma, so we got that for
Right.
lunch yesterday.
Great.
But there's also there's
Oh,
dozens.
and there's lots of neat new things that are happening too. Look, I was reading through it on one of the social media pages going, okay, how can I get to all of these places?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you've got so you have with the Goose Chase app, you've got all the missions.
Right.
So you can go in and you can once you eat there, you check in and it'll base it on your GPS signal from your phone.
Right.
Saying
Say, yes, you
actually
are there. Yes.
And then you get your food. There'll be
Well, your
points as
phone
well.
is there. We don't know if you were there.
Yeah,
Your
no, you
phone
can
is there.
send somebody else if you
Right.
want to do that. That's totally fair.
Right.
I think they don't have any protections against that. Take some pictures and you get different points through that.
Right.
Through those levels.
And you also get to try some great international cuisine in our community from a lot of people who have come to our community or their families have over time, and we've got much to enjoy in our community.
Yeah, and I have to say, we're in my team with Jess, like the
Right.
Lang Drews team. We are in 6th place right now. So if you see that, 6th place. Now, somehow
I eat a lot, but I wasn't invited to be on your team. That's okay.
you can. You want to join
Okay,
our
I can
team?
join?
I'll give
Okay.
you the code. You can join
Okay.
our team.
All right.
But I don't know. There's one person, a doodle tail, and they have 29,500 points already. I feel like that.
How did they do
I
that?
don't know. I think someone's and like
You're claiming, okay, I
Sir
understand.
Thomas.
We could adjudicate this. It's 1-800, we don't like you. Right. And yeah.
Yeah, but they just started. So like I'm very skeptical of Doodle Tail. And also Sir Thomas,
Yes.
25,500.
Very good. If you way to
that's
get out there
legitimate.
and goose chase your way to the top.
Like, I don't know how they're going to get out at their front door.
Well, you can have. I've learned there's healthy foods in all of these places too. Right. I don't have to eat exactly what I want. Yes, I do. Right?
Every time.
Right. Yeah, I got to try just a little of this because this is what you're famous for, right?
Yeah. And then they just released more like Menomex check-in. So if you haven't had like the Menomex burrito, the breakfast burrito,
yeah,
over in by Elmer,
or just about anything else but the breakfast burrito.
It is.
Right.
It is
Absolutely.
really good.
I don't know if I shared. I got to do a great thing last week at Summers Corner School.
No,
Thursday and Friday.
We know nothing about this. What happened?
Well, it was for the Sabres, the name of the teams at Summers Corners, and they were all the grade 8s were doing a Dragon's Den, and so I was kind of they had different food things or activity things for a fun fair they're doing on March 6th, right? That it will be a fundraiser for their school trip, and there was some classic food ideas, but also some classic activities that can happen, and many crafts. We saw some resin earrings and stuff that were just incredible. So I've got to spend March 6th in the evening out at Summers Corners with my wallet because I think I've seen some really good stuff that you can get there.
Well, I think you have to go by Walker's Dairy Bar to get there, which is always a bit dangerous.
Which is another place. Yes.
Yeah, their soft serve, absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah.
Many times.
We will, we will like detour. Jess and I will detour out of our way to go there.
Right. Well, if I got to go out that way anyway, to Elmer or into East Elgin, okay, where are the stops I haven't been for a while? Right? So,
Johnny's another good one for breakfast.
I am the mayor of St. Thomas, so I do try to stay in St. Thomas, but I was asked to go to the school last week, so I'm glad.
Remember when you went to the Talbotville Berry Farm when it was like a waffle place?
Waffle place,
and then you got
what
in
are
big
you
trouble?
doing outside of St. Thomas?
Sorry,
well, I like waffles. Sorry, I didn't know I was restricting my diet by where I lived.
Yeah, St. Thomas only.
Right.
Don't go outside the borders.
Yes.
Not allowed.
Food is my life.
Anyway, I think that's our time.
Wow. It goes pretty quick, even when we black out in the middle of it. So we thank you all, but I'm disappointed in the number of questions today. I certainly had a long conversation on social media today about, well, if you want real answers to your questions, I can't type them in 5 times. Please come on Mayor's Update and ask the questions for yourself.
And I mean, we're in some positions too. Like I'm on some boards where like I can't bring those questions up because it's not something that I can actually talk about.
Right.
But somebody else could.
I'm one vote on a council of 9. And so, yes, you can share with me, but I can at least share you as the mayor what happened at council, why those decisions were made, and why our city continues to grow at the rate it's growing and doing as well as it is. Happy to share it all. Happy to keep doing the job.
This is up to you guys.
You're asking for transparency. Every Tuesday night at 6:30, we're sitting here waiting for you to ask those questions you don't know the answer to.
And we'll do our best to give you those answers.
Right. We will do that for sure. You may not like them.
You might not like the answer. That's right.
We know we do that.
Very good. All right. Well,
we got to go.
Take care, guys. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes.